Hey guys, for those of you who saw my last video, I apologize because I've been caught in a lie. I said that I would not be making any more videos until June, but because this video is online now, then that makes me out a liar. But anyway, my local comic shop sent me an email and said that they had a lot of new stock in, and that I might be interested in coming by. And well, I went by and they had a deal. You could fill up a short box for 25 bucks. So I ended up getting 213 books stuffed into a short box. Most of them weren't bag and boarded, so it made it, I won't say easy, but anyway. This is what I got. This is Spine-Tingling Tales. Not exactly sure what number it is because it's one of the Gold Key. I know it's an early issue. I think it's number 2 or number 3. It's before number 5 that I know. Got Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, number 21. Number 43. Kid Colt Outlaw, number 177. And just so you know, guys, I didn't, save all the good stuff for last. You're going to see the good stuff intermingled as I go through, so watch both videos. I'm pretty sure it's going to take 2. I got Space Adventures from Charlton, number 9. This reprints the very first Captain Atom stories from the mid to late 60s, and it's got Ditko art, so you can't lose there. Got Flash, number 302. Got Sleeper from Wildstorm, number 1. This is Ed Brubaker's work. I can tell you, I really like Brubaker's stuff. This one is a little bit offbeat. It's almost like a superhero hitman gone bad. So if you can find it cheap, pick it up. Got War Story, Nightingale. This was a one-shot from Vertigo back in the early 2000s. And I also got J for Jenny. Both of these are by Garth Ennis, drawn by David Lloyd. And let me tell you, I'm slide that over. I like to read some of the stuff from like Our Fighting Forces and the old Our Army at War, Star Spangled War stories. These are, quite honestly, these two, J for Jenny and Nightingale, are 2 of the best war stories I have ever read, and I've read a lot. If you can find these cheap, the art is very good. The story is fantastic. These are probably the most realistic war stories I've ever read in a mainstream comic. So if you can find them, pick them up. Got Ghostly Tales from Charlton, number 75, with Jim Aparo art. Got Airboy, number 40. This is kind of one of my guilty pleasures. I just like this character. It reminds me of some of the old 1940s heroes. Got Green Arrow, number 1, with Mike Grell, Ed Hannigan, story and art. This series is very good. I picked up a couple of issues in my last Comic Haul video, and this story is also excellent. I got Mr. Miracle Special, one shot from 1987. Now, let me tell you, this one, I'm not a real Kirby, Fourth World, New Gods fan very much. Love Kirby, don't get me wrong, but this just isn't one of his series that I really like all that much. But this story was great. It was really good. It's one of the best Mr. Miracle New God stories I've ever read. If you can find it cheap, pick it up. Got Hex, number 11. I'd always wanted to read this one because it has Batman in it. Well, at least that's who I thought it was, but for those of you who read the story, no, it's not Batman. But anyway, got Secret Origins number 7 with the Secret Origin of Green Lantern and Golden Age. Well, excuse me, Green Lantern and the Golden Age Sandman. Got Defenders number 123. Iron Man number 99. Iron Man number 228 versus the Captain. Iron Man number 290. Got The Establishment number 1. If you like British James Bond-ish type stuff, this is definitely right up your alley. Got Tales of Legion of Superheroes Annual number 4 from 1986. This is one of the best Legion stories I've ever read. It does not turn out like you think it will. This is a Paul Levitz, Keith Giffen creation, and I'm telling you, this one was really, really good. Got Marvel Comics Presents number 26 with Havoc. I had seen this one mentioned by somebody because it introduces a character, Coldblood, who supposedly was in one of the Iron Man movies. I really don't remember him being in one, but I picked it up just because I was curious to see what the story was like, and it was okay. Got Secret Wars number 2, part 2, well 2, number 8 and number 9. Let me get these out of the way. Got Marvel Saga number 24, The Origin of Galactus. You know, got it mainly because it was the Origin of Galactus, and it was okay. Got Justice League number 1, the Giffen and DeMatteis series. Couldn't resist number 1, but I also couldn't resist number 5, the infamous or famous Batman versus Guy Gardner showdown, which pretty sure everybody knows how that turned out. Didn't last very long. Picked up Lone Wolf and Cub number 2 and number 16. And let me tell you, I've heard about this series for years, and people have talked about how really good it is. I must say I agree. This series, these 2 issues that I've read were excellent. Number 16 was a little more required you to have a little more knowledge of the Japanese feudal system, but luckily it's got footnotes, so you can kind of you know, muddle through it, but it's a really good story. Sandman Mystery Theater number 37, number 38. Got Squadron Supreme. This is a mini-series. Got number 2, 3, 7, 9, 10, 11, and the last issue, number 12. Also picked up Battle of the Planets number 2 from Top Cow, and number 3. For those of you who are fans of Battle of the Planets, Gatchaman, G-Force, you know, whatever you know it is that you call it. If you remember the old 1970s cartoon series, this, I'm telling you, is as close to that series in comic book form as I've ever seen. It is really, really good. Got Daredevil Yellow, book 3, 52, week 2. Got Spider-Man Blue, book 1 and book 2. I'd heard a lot about this series. Top 10 from Alan Moore. Got number 1, number 2, and number 3. For those of you who aren't familiar with this series, it's more or less a series where everybody in this particular city has superpowers, and the cops are having to, you know, go around and arrest people and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. I got Jack Kirby, Fourth World, number 1. No, I said I'm not a fan, but thought I'd pick it up and just see what it was all about. It was pretty good. I got Swamp Thing, number 20. I had this one as a kid, and I really don't know whatever happened to it. I'm sure one of my worthless friends probably stole it, or either that or I traded it away. Heck, I don't know. Anyway, so I always enjoyed the story, so I got it back. I got Our Army at War, number 155. Yeah, it's in rough shape. Yeah, it's coverless. But you know what? I got it to read it, and it's a good story, and what can I tell you? You know, I like Old Sergeant Rock. Alright, got Thing, number 2. New Mutants, number 2, where they fight the Sentinels. Good story. I'm not a New Mutants fan, but this was a good story. I got Our Fighting Forces, number 26, from, I believe it's 1957 or 58. Yeah, it's eating along right here. It's not in real good shape, but you know what? It's got a cover. It's complete, and I got it for somewhere between 10 and 15 cents. So, you know, can't beat that. Got Majestic, number 2. I wasn't familiar with this series, just thought I'd pick it up. This is one of those I think you have to read a good many of the books to figure it out. Weird War Tales, a mini-series, number 1, which the cool cover has absolutely nothing to do with the inside of the book. So, got another Our Fighting Forces, number 105, another coverless issue from the mid-60s. Still a good story. I got Our Fighting Forces, number 160. Joe Kubert goodness. And 161. Got Star Spangled War Tales, number 181, with Enemy Ace and The Unknown Soldier. Also got 188. Got Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, number 2. Great art. Got Green Lantern, number 43. Now I got to make a comment on this one. I have read some really creepy books in my time. This is undoubtedly the most disturbing mainstream comic I have ever read. I've read some, you know, some underground stuff, and, you know, seen some of the, you know, truly deviant stuff that they put in those. This is very, very close. It's the origin of the dude you see on the cover. I think his name's Black Hand. Let me tell you something, guys. This guy is really, really screwed up in the head. Pick it up if you can find it. I got Green Lantern Corps, number 41. Cover has nothing to do with the story. Green Lantern, number 180. And another series, Green Lantern number 152. Got Amazing Spider-Man number 70 from 1969. Again, yeah, coverless. Hey, complete, great read. John Romita art, can't whip it. Got Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 112, where Santa's got a gun and he's not afraid to use it. Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 130. This is one of the better standalone Hobgoblin, Green Goblin-ish series stories that I've read. Has the Kingpin in it too, and it's pretty cool. Got Avengers number 269, where Kang fights Immortus. Avengers 275. 276, 277. Got Avengers Invaders number 1 of 12, number 2, and number 3. Great cover art, and the story is really good. I like it. Got Avengers Annual number 12, where they are fighting the Inhumans. Pretty cool. Got the Kurt Busiek, George Perez series Avengers number 1 and number 4. Got Avengers Domination Factor number 2.4 or 2 of 4. Got Power of Shazam number 4. Godzilla number 20. I've heard people comment on these, so found a couple of them, thought I'd pick them up. Got X-Files number 3, number 27, and 28. Also got 29. Got a copy of Ghosts number 42. I actually thought it was Weird War Tales number 42, just from looking at the cover, because I was kind of putting stuff in the box and didn't really pay attention. But anyway, it turned out to be a great comic anyway. Got Captain America: The Chosen number 6 of 6. Got the Rob Liefeld Captain America number 1, number 2, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Running low on time, guys, so I'm going to stop right here with this one. Stay tuned, and I'll hopefully be getting part number 2 of this video up before too long. Thanks a lot.